Hey guys, and welcome to my review here of the Asus PadFone 2 versus the iPhone 5 located on the left side. So I made a shorter version on my daily phone reviews channel, a quick sneak peek of what you are going to get the video of today. So today we'll be going over, we'll try the browser more, reading experience, and also a quick gaming look. And it's gonna be a longer video, and it's also because of my main channel I can do longer videos. And also I saw that you guys have been amazingly wonderful at liking the videos with my PadFone 2, because this is a review unit that I did get from Asus themselves. There were 20 guys in each Nordic country that would get a PadFone 2 to review, and those guys that gets the device and they can get most likes and most comments and share it the most and do crazy videos about these products on YouTube and on blogs and on their websites, they will receive or they will get to keep the device. So I saw that you guys have been liking my videos about the PadFone 2 like crazy. I have almost soon in total 600 likes on just a few PadFone videos that I've done, and that's just because you have been liking those videos. So if you continue to like my videos with the Asus PadFone 2, I'm planning myself to maybe even do a website just just to show Asus that I'm really dedicated. I really appreciate that they did send out this device to me. Making a website about the Asus PadFone 2, and just put all of my make a full also text-based review. That's awesome. But not just that, but also on that website maybe use a Squarespace theme, and also be having all the videos that I've done about the PadFone 2, and that if you really want to help me out, you can go in and comment on those videos, like on those videos. It really is amazing how much you guys have leave likes and stuff, because on my unboxing video I had around almost 200 likes, pretty intense. So in this video, we want to review the PadFone 2 versus the Apple iPhone 5. So as I said, we'll be going over the specs, the hardware, and all those good things a little bit more deeper here. So the first thing that you will see is that the PadFone 2, of course, is bigger, has a bigger display. We're going to go in depth in the comparisons in different programs, but also in terms of specs. So you can see it's bigger. That's the first thing you will notice. It's a lot bigger. It has a bigger design, the whole phone here. What you both have in common is that both phones feels like they are high-end phones in terms of build quality. The iPhone 5 still feels a little bit heavier and a little bit more exclusive because it doesn't have a plastic hard case back as the PadFone. The PadFone 2 has a plastic back, but not as bad as on Samsung's Galaxy phones. It actually feels better because it's a hard case plastic on the back. But then also on the sides, both these two devices are very much the same. Buttons and everything feels extremely exclusive. You can really see that Asus probably got inspired by Apple a lot in terms of the design aspect here, especially on the buttons. Both here feels so much similar in terms of feel. Still, the iPhone Pro feels a little bit better here in terms of quality when you push down, and it has a little bit more of a clicking sound to it when you press up and down. And they also have both in common. No, you have the power button here on the Asus PadFone on the right side. You actually have the power on button and volume up and down buttons. That's basically every button that you get on the PadFone 2 on the right side. While on the iPhone you get volume up and down, and also the switch here, the mute switch, located on the left side, and then the power on button on the top here. And they can do that thing that they put it on the top here without it feeling awkward, just because they have a very small display, and the phone is pretty small compared to the PadFone 2. So that's the first thing. And also you can see here at the front here, you get a hardware button. You get a real hardware button here on the iPhone 5, where you get 3 capacitive touch buttons located on the PadFone 2. You can also see that the displays are very similar. Both is rocking here on an IPS LCD displays, but they are using a little bit different technologies here that we will be going over here very soon. So this is a 4-inch display, while this one is 4.7, so you can see it's bigger. You can also see that the bump is also a little bit bigger here on the Asus phone. And when we look here at the bottom, they very much look the same. You have there to charge up these two devices, and then you get the speaker located here at the bottom on the iPhone, so it's good when you have it lying on the table, you still hear the sound good. While let's see, on the PadFone, it could actually be, yes, you have the speaker, seems like at the back, so when you have it lying on the table, the iPhone 5 will sound better because the sound is going to come from here on the side. And then also you did see that I did have the headphone jack here at the bottom, while you get the headphone jack at the top here. Usually I do prefer at the bottom because then I can keep the phone in my pocket without having it feel weird. So if we continue now and start to look at some other great and awesome things with these phones. So let's talk about 4G. In my country right now, there is no iPhone 5 4G variant, but I do know that that exists in other countries. The PadFone 2, there's no 4G variant in my country. I mean, this one should have support for 4G, but there's no carrier supporting that, it seems like. Both have a display that is an IPS LCD display, but you get an LED backlit IPS LCD display here located on the iPhone. So LED backlit, looks amazing, has a lot more vibrant colors than previous iPhones like the iPhone 4S, the iPhone 4 that did have the same display, but this one has more vibrant colors, a little bit more of that AMOLED feeling that you get on Samsung's Super AMOLED smartphones. The technology that you do get in the screen here that you do get on the PadFone 2 is you get the Super IPS Plus IPS or the Super IPS Plus LCD display here that's 4.7-inch big, so I don't think it's LED backlit, but it is a Super IPS Plus, the LCD display. Still, they are very, very similar, and I'm not quite sure which one is the brightest because you do get a outdoor bright mode here on in the Asus software, so you can see that I have an outdoor mode here in terms of the brightness. So even when I go down here, if I want to have it darker, I just turn off outdoor mode, and then you can see it's way darker. So if I have the normal mode here, the iPhone's display definitely is brighter. So I have brightness turned on full here on the iPhone, but when we turn on the outdoor mode here on the Super IPS Plus LCD display, actually I think that it could be a little bit brighter here than the iPhone, but I can't say for sure because it's kind of hard when I'm inside right now. Maybe do an outdoor test of how these displays looks like outside, but pretty sure both looks amazing. And when I tried out the PadFone 2's bright display, it's super bright compared to the AMOLED displays on the Samsung Galaxy S3 and the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. So I find that pretty interesting over there. So if we continue now, move down to the internal storage and also how much these devices cost. It's pretty interesting because of course the PadFone 2 comes with the PadFone station that you can just dog it into a tablet, or is that not actually a tablet, it's a bigger screen. But then you can use it with the PadFone station, get you know, your whole experience to a bigger screen, and then use the camera here on the back on your bigger screen. And more batteries, of course, one of the main good things that's awesome there. But it's kind of hard to know. These devices are both high-end right now, so they cost around 600 pounds depending on which variant you are gonna pick up. But of course, it's something that you have to check out for yourself. But they're in 16, 32, and 64 gigabyte variants, both these two devices. I have a 32 gigabyte PadFone over here. And then also, speaking about the camera, yes, we get a 13 megapixel camera here on the PadFone 2, while you get an 8 megapixel shooter here on the iPhone. And of course, with Apple's iOS, it's a very simplified UI, which a lot of people love, that you zoom in and then take pictures instantly and has that nice graphical design. But I'm pretty sure you get some better quality here on the PadFone 2's the 30 megapixel shooter that you get on this device. And it also has an option to record 720p videos at 60 frames per second, and I don't think that I've seen that in any other camera software or the sensor that's using. I can see here that it also has problems with white balance. the iPhone doesn't actually look that much white, even though it should. And of course, you can see the thing that's better with Android, that you do get all of these settings here on the side if you want to change brightness here, and that you have different camera effects that you can instantly turn on. But most people, as an iPhone, they of course have Instagram, and there's a lot of apps, of course, in the App Store that can do these very simplistic and basic stuff. But it's nice when it's built in. So quick look there at the camera. I'm pretty sure the 30 megapixel shooter here is better on the PadFone 2. And if we continue down, of course, Apple control more of the experience with the hardware in the iPhone. You do get Apple's own A6 chipset going up from A5 in the iPhone 4S, while you get a Qualcomm chipset here inside of the PadFone 2, going up from the original PadFone that was not using that was using another earlier Qualcomm chipset, the Snapdragon one, but here you get the Qualcomm ABQ8064 chipset along with the quad-core 1.5 GHz Crate processor, so 4 cores clocked at 1.5 GHz. While on the iPhone you get a clocked at 1.2 GHz, and it's a dual-core processor. But of course, not everything is about that. Not everything is about the processor, but also about the GPU. So the GPU that you get inside of the PadFone 2 here is a Adreno 320 GPU. Should be the same as in the Nexus 4, if I remember correctly. While Apple have an amazing triple-core GPU from PowerVR, the SGX 543 MP3. Triple GPU here, triple core GPU inside of the iPhone. And of course, just because this is the latest iPhone, every app, every game runs amazing on the iPhone, and also with the Retina displays, it looks amazing. But of course, the PPI is high on both these two devices. You get a 720p display here on the PadFone 2, but you get a few more pixels here on the iPhone 5. Just because it has a small display, it doesn't have to have a HD screen, but the small display really makes so the PPI really is crisp. It really is amazing. So if we continue now and move on and try to test some things, so why not just start off with reading, and we can see which display that is brighter. So, me personally, when I see these displays right now, the screen that I think displays the colors the best, and where the screen is the most white color, I actually think that the iPhone 5 here with LED backlit IPS display do display white, a little bit more white, and it looks a little bit more natural, especially here in reading. And I think black actually looks a little bit better as well. In terms of text, crispiness, they both look exactly the same. The iPhone 5 has a little bit more PPI, the pixels per inch, but overall they are very similar because they are both rocking IPS LCD displays. Now if you go back and let's fire up Safari here, and let's try some load up times. Now of course I'm looking both these are on the same Wi-Fi network, so maybe not that interesting. Maybe it would be fun if we would rock on different carriers. So let's go to a website here. So we have Asus own browser software and Apple's own Safari browser here. So let's go to one of my favorite websites. Okay, so we have the website loaded up. Let's go. There we go, kind of exactly the same here in terms of loading. You can see that we do get the mobile version here of the website, and when we go down like this, of course this is, as I said, a mobile version. They're both very nice. One thing that I don't like with the iPhone 5 here is that it takes a long time. This is something that I've been complaining about a lot. When you scroll up and down, it takes a while to get to the bottom, while in Android you can just it feels like it's more optimized, has more control. If I really want to go to the bottom, just one swipe, okay? if I really want to do that on the iPhone, I have to do 1, 2, 3 swipes. Annoying, okay? Very, very annoying. Let's try out to load full website and see how that will perform. Seems like loading some stuff here that the Asus PadFone really is doing a better job here at loading it quicker. There we go, it's finished up, loading the full website. Okay, interesting. So it seems like when I zoom in here on the PadFone 2, it has some thing that it will try to realign everything, and it's trying to predict what you can do, what you want to do, what you want to look at. So that could be something that you do enjoy. And when we zoom in and out, everything is super clear and you don't have any weird lag or whatsoever. But I'm not quite sure if I like this text, I think they call it text reflow, HTC at least. So there we go. On the iPhone, I actually think it's better at zooming in. It feels a little bit more natural, that it doesn't try to rearrange the text or anything like that. So we have a Samsung Galaxy S Cover 2 review here, and that's one of the Samsung's new Galaxy phones. Seems like the loading times is around the same here on both devices, even though it loaded up now much quicker on the iPhone, but earlier the PadFone 2 was a little bit quicker. And also white is being displayed better here one more time, I think, on the LED backlit display than the Super IPS display here. White looks actually way more natural. And it kind of looks weird when I zoom in here on the PadFone 2, because text and everything's being reflowed, and I'm not quite sure if I do like that. I mean, it could be nice, could be very nice. I mean, sometimes it could probably be extremely useful, because sometimes you can find it annoying when you read and then you have to go to the side. Could actually be very, very annoying. So I'm not quite sure if I like it, but I would probably do it. Now when I'm thinking more about it, it's probably extremely useful. Let's click on a picture over here. It will open up a new tab on both devices. Almost exactly the same kind of loading time. And now when we have it located on both phones, when we have a lot of colors, different colors, I actually think that I do enjoy the Super IPS display here a little bit more. Feels like it's a little bit more vibrant, a little better at the text. The screen looks actually a little bit brighter here, I think, than the iPhone. But then some of the colors looks it's kind of like a Super AMOLED display. The LED backlit one here, the green looks a little bit more green here, and a little bit darker green color. On the Super IPS, it's a little bit more bright green color, but still a very, very bright display. I'm not quite sure if you get along here with what I'm trying to say, but yeah, whatever. So that's my thoughts here about the browser experience. And now let's actually fire up YouTube. And of course, YouTube app is removed in iOS, so you need to download it from the App Store. Let's search for my YouTube username. Okay, we have a video here. Let's click on that. Do get an ad here in the Android version, so it's a little bit longer. In this little video here, I just want to try out some editing a little bit more with my new MacBook Pro. So I'm not even sure if I'm gonna upload this video on YouTube. So when we take a look here, we can definitely first take a look at the white balance. White looks so much better here on the iPhone display, I think. But then one of the bad things with the iPhone is that it has a smaller display, so very, very boring here. If you scroll a little bit, you can see this is one of my vlog videos when I make some burgers. This is actually when I was moving into where I'm currently do live, and these vlog videos were actually kind of fun. But there's really no hugely difference. The difference I can say that it is, for me personally, is especially when we take a look at the white color. It's totally different. So let's fire up a game. Let's fire Asphalt 7 on both these. So one of the problems I've been having with the PadFone 2s, I mean, you're a little bit more safe here if you go with iOS, if you want to have an awesome gaming experience. Because you never know, with the Android world, there's so many GPUs available and out, and some really do suck, and sometimes you get bad performance even though you have a high-end device because the guy that or the developer hasn't optimized the game for your GPU. That's the problem with Android sometimes. So if we fire up Asphalt 7 right now and try out the gaming performance on both these two devices. And also developers, they earn more money. Usually they work harder to do good iOS apps because that's where they are going to make a lot of cash. So we go with quick play on both. A little bit quicker loading times here on the iPhone. So extremely smooth FPS here on the iPhone 5. And I mean, you can't really beat iOS experience in gaming. I mean, the GPU, it's a triple core GPU that the developers have optimized the game for. So the game experience is such a killer deal here when you at least have the latest iPhone. I mean, every single game will be optimized for that phone, and it's really going to be an amazing experience. So the only complaint I have here is that the screen is a little bit small. I would love to have a bigger iPhone, okay? Then that probably would be my main phone. But right now it's only 4-inch. I want to have like 5 or 6-inch screens. Sometimes, and also sometimes, of course, I do love the freedom with Android. So let's try out to see how this GPU performs. So you can still play the game, but have a huge lag here with the Adrian 320 GPU on Asphalt 7. So, I mean, do you really want to pay a lot of money and then not get a nice experience here in high-end games? I mean, the Adrian 320 GPU beats the Samsung Galaxy S3's Mali 400 GPU, but Mali 400 is more supported from developers, so that one do perform better in the Asphalt 7 game. So pretty funny how that works. If I would pick a phone right now, of course, in the Android world, you want to pick up a phone that is high-end and it's been out for a while if you want to have a good game experience. This really sucks, okay? This really do suck. Lag, you don't want that. But the PadFone 2 lags here, and that kind of sucks. So when we go back here, so this is when I did my review here, and when I did compare the PadFone 2 versus the Samsung Galaxy S3, I said it. It's really not that. I mean, this is a massive phone. This is an amazing phone. It has so many awesome things. The camera is amazing. The camera software is amazing. The only really bad thing that I've discovered about the device is that it could actually be feel a little bit too big, with this bump. Some people don't like it. But I think it feels good. It feels good in the hand. But I think I would prefer a little bit more of a slimmer design and a bigger display. And then also that the Adrian 320 GPU, especially in Asphalt 7, I want to see a better performance there. But I think Asus really did a good job with this phone, and if you want to buy it with the PadFone station, it really is amazing, because then you can dock it into the PadFone station and just add $150 and then you get a tablet, you can say. And it's awesome when you want to watch movies on your device in your bed. You just plug in the PadFone station, and you also get 5,000 mAh battery. Really is amazing. I really love this phone. And then I also love the iPhone. But the biggest complaint I have about iPhones is that the display is so small, okay? The display is too small. I want to see a bigger display. And then I think that if they want to make a bigger phone, maybe they will make, it would be cool if they made a phone that has more rounded off design. So it's all up to you to decide. For me personally, right now, I would pick probably the PadFone 2 because I do prefer, for me it really is important to have a major display. That's why my main phone right now is the Galaxy Note 2. So that's just a big thing for me, but for another guy it may be something else. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave it a like and you will help me in perhaps be able to keep this device. So if you want to see something more awesome or some other review in the future, please let me know that, and hopefully I will see you all in the next video. Yeah, peace out.